Deep in a mystical forest lived a young woman named Lila, who was known throughout the land for her radiant smile and sunny disposition. To everyone who knew her, Lila was the personification of summer, bringing warmth and happiness wherever she went. One day, while strolling through the woods behind her cottage, Lila came across a peculiar frozen bird. Feeling sorry for the frozen creature, she brought it home and placed it by her hearth, hoping to warm it up. As the bird thawed, it transformed into a handsome young man with wings made of ice. Startled by this unexpected turn of events, Lila screamed and dropped the key she had been holding. The key landed in the fireplace, and before either of them could react, it vanished into the roaring flames. Suddenly, the room grew freezing cold, and frost began to creep up the walls. Before Lila could even utter a word, the handsome stranger froze solid again, this time taking the form of a magnificent white bird. And with a loud caw, he flew out the window, leaving behind a blanket of snow that covered the entire forest. As the temperature plummeted, Lila realized that she had just caused eternal winter. Panicked, she ran outside to find the mysterious bird, only to discover that her cottage was no longer surrounded by familiar trees. Instead, she found herself in a desolate, frozen wasteland. With no signs of life and no way to get home, Lila felt despair begin to creep over her like a thick fog. Just when she thought all hope was lost, the white bird from earlier landed on a nearby tree branch. It regarded her for a moment before flapping its icy wings and disappearing into the clouds. Taking this as a sign of hope, Lila started following the bird, determined to put an end to the eternal winter she had caused. Her journey took her deep into the heart of the frozen forest, where she stumbled upon a small cottage hidden beneath a thick layer of snow. Gathering her strength, Lila approached the cottage and knocked timidly on the door. Just as she was about to knock again, the door swung open, revealing an old woman with twinkling eyes and a warm smile. Lila, taken aback by the woman's friendly demeanor, stammered, "Hello." The old woman gestured for Lila to enter the cottage and offered her some tea. Over a warm cup of tea, the old woman inquired about Lila's tale, listening intently as Lila explained how she had inadvertently frozen the world by accidentally dropping the mysterious key into her fireplace. Upon hearing Lila's story, the old woman revealed that she was the keeper of seasons and that the key belonged to her. She explained that the key had immense power, capable of both great good and great evil. It was meant to be used only during the winter solstice to bring balance to the seasons. But now, due to Lila's accidental interference, the world had entered an endless state of winter, causing all the plants and animals to freeze and the sun to hide its face behind the clouds. Knowing that she had caused so much destruction, Lila pleaded with the season keeper to help her reverse the spell. Moved by Lila's remorse and determination to make amends, the old woman agreed to help her. Together, they set out on a quest to find the four elemental spirits of the frozen world in hopes that their combined powers could reverse the spell. Their first stop was the frozen lake, where they encountered the spirit of water in the form of an ice crystal. The spirit explained that it had been trapped inside the lake ever since the balance of seasons had been disrupted. After hearing Lila's tale, the spirit of water agreed to help them. Sensing her genuine remorse and the pureness of her intentions, with the spirit of water by their side, they continued their journey to the frozen forest, where they sought out the spirit of earth. Residing within a mighty oak tree, listened patiently as Lila explained what had transpired. Touched by Lila's sincerity and recognizing the urgency of their quest, the spirit of earth agreed to join them, sensing that the restoration of balance was crucial for the well-being of the world. As they ventured deeper into the frozen realm, they came across the spirit of air, who was trapped inside an iceberg.
Ow.
Moved by Lila's determination and the potential for renewal, the spirit of air joined their cause, hoping to restore balance and warmth to the frozen world. Finally, they reached the highest peak of a snow-covered mountain, where they hoped to find the elusive spirit of fire. But upon reaching the summit, they discovered that the spirit of fire was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, the ground began to rumble and shake, and a fearsome ice dragon emerged from the depths of the mountain. The ice dragon, it turned out, was the spirit of fire, twisted and corrupted by the prolonged winter. Enraged that Lila had disrupted the balance and plunged the world into eternal winter, the dragon attacked them, determined to punish her for her mistake. A fierce battle ensued between the dragon and the spirits of earth, water, and air, who protected Alara as she desperately searched for a way to restore the balance. Realizing that she needed to do something to stop the dragon, Alara remembered the mysterious key that had started this whole ordeal. With renewed determination, she looked around for the key, hoping that it would somehow help her defeat the dragon and restore the balance of seasons. Just then, she spotted the key on the ground, exactly where she had dropped it all those days ago. As the dragon prepared to unleash another devastating attack, Alara stepped forward, brandishing the key. With a surge of newfound power, the spirits united their forces with hers, and together they confronted the dragon. The battle raged, shaking the very foundations of the mountain, until finally, with a mighty roar, the spirits overpowered the dragon, banishing it back into the depths of the mountain. Exhausted but triumphant, Alara and the spirits watched as the dragon disappeared. With the last of their strength, they turned to Alara, their task complete. The spirits of earth, water, and air, having fulfilled their purpose, bid farewell to Alara, returning to their domains to restore balance and warmth to the frozen world. And as the first rays of sunlight pierced through the clouds, Alara knew that winter had finally come to an end. With the key in hand, Alara descended the mountain, her heart filled with gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose. As she made her way through the thawing landscape, she could feel the spirits of earth, water, and air working alongside her, their combined powers restoring balance and warmth to the frozen world. The mountains, once covered in impenetrable ice, now glistened with melting snow, revealing patches of green grass beneath. The frozen lake thawed, becoming a shimmering expanse of water reflecting the return of the sun. The trees that had stood frozen and lifeless now rustled with new leaves, birds singing merrily among the branches. As Alara continued her journey, she could feel the change in the air. The oppressive blanket of winter slowly being replaced by the promise of spring. The flowers, once dormant, now pushed through the thawing earth, their vibrant colors painting the landscape in hues of yellow, purple, and red. The animals, too, emerged from their winter slumber, chirping, leaping, and scampering in the newly warmed world. Finally, as the sun climbed higher in the sky, casting long, warm rays across the land, Alara reached the edge of the forest. And there, nestled between the trees, she saw her cottage, no longer buried in snow, but bathed in the golden glow of afternoon sunlight. With a mixture of relief and joy, Alara stepped inside. As she surveyed the damage caused by the winter, a smile spread across her face. The broken furniture and frosted windows were a small price to pay for the valuable lesson she had learned. From that day on, Alara carried the key with her at all times, ensuring that it was never out of her sight. She understood the immense responsibility that came with such a powerful artifact and vowed to use its power wisely. And so, with the seasons restored and balance returned to the world, Alara continued to live in her cottage deep in the mystical forest, forever known as the Keeper of Summer, reminding everyone around her of the importance of balance and harmony in nature.